and welcome to another episode of What's in Polly's Pantry. So, when I was laying in bed this morning, I thought, what am I going to have for dinner tonight? I feel like something Greek because you know what? I really like, lots of Greek things, Greek activities and Greek food. So, I'm going to make 3 Greek dishes today, a trifecta, a bonus for you people. But I'm not going to do it all in one video because I think that would just be too long. So, we're going to start off with souvlaki. So today's recipe, I'm going to make chicken souvlaki. So here we have, in this bowl, we have about 2 pounds of chicken breast that's been cubed. And, I would say, a good size cube for each breast. And you probably want, so this is 4 breasts of chicken. So you probably want, if it's a little more than 2 pounds, I would say like a good breast, a half breast, not a whole breast, but a half breast per person is probably a really good serving size. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make the marinade, and then we're going to get it in a vacuum sealer, and we're going to force that marinade into the chicken. So to make the marinade, first of all, we need 1/3 of a cup of olive oil. And to that, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice and 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. And then we're going to add, now this is 2 teaspoons of coriander seeds. I'm going to add it. So before I add it, I'm actually just going to show you. This is what coriander seeds actually look like when they're not ground up. So there's coriander seeds. So coriander seeds, actually, if you plant them, will grow into cilantro. I don't know how many people know that. Now, crushing the coriander seeds can be a bit of a challenge. So I have this Mondo mortar and pestle that I use to put my coriander seeds in, and I just stir them until they're nicely ground. If you don't have something like this, you could try using just the bottom of a glass, and just they don't need to be ground up into a powder. That's not the point. It's just to make them break up the seed. It's a very aromatic spice, and that's really what you're trying to do, is just break up the seed. So we're going to add our 2 teaspoons of coriander, and then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of oregano, which I love to pinch. Releases sort of that, I don't know, essence of the oregano. Anyway, there we go. So 2 teaspoons of oregano, and then we have 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt, and lastly 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and that's really it. That's it. And we're just going to take a whisk, and we're just going to whisk it up, and this is it. Folks, doesn't get much simpler than that. And there's your marinade for your souvlaki. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take it, and we're going to pour it over the chicken in this bowl. Make sure we get all the goodness and the oregano and spices and everything else out. There we go. I'm just going to give this a stir and make sure that the marinade gets sort of between all the pieces of chicken, so it's all very well coated. And now, in an ideal world, you would make this probably and let it sit overnight, really to let those flavors develop and get into the chicken. I'm not that organized, and so you can do it the morning of and let it sit in your fridge. I have this sort of crazy little contraption, which is this vacuum sealer that I'm going to use for mine. And basically it forces the marinade into the chicken. But I'm not going to do it because it's very, very loud. So but that's what I will do, because we're going to be eating in about 3 hours, and so This will go on the barbecue. And then, you know, what you want to do is, when it comes time to make this actual souvlaki, is you're going to take the chicken and you're going to put it on either metal or wooden skewers. Now, if you use wooden skewers, you're going to want to soak them for at least 30 minutes in some water, so they absorb the water. So when you put them on the barbecue, they don't flare up and disintegrate. Metal skewers you don't have to worry about. And that's basically it. And then we're gonna serve it with some tzatziki, which is what I'm gonna make next. So we'll see you in a bit. And thanks for joining me. See you next time on What's Up Polly's Pantry.